Good morning, good morning. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another New York session. Hey, today we got Mac in the building.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome
We got
to
Mac first thing in the
another
morning
New
in the
York.
building over here. So what's going on here? Basically, we're reaching some sort of resistance on GPJPY right over here, and we need a break above this area for price to continue moving up till 139. I'd say like 139,400. Yeah, 139,400 would be a pretty good place for GPJPY to go. We also had a support here which we broke, and now we're possibly going to continue up towards 139,400. Got to make sure all my systems are up and to go. Let's take a look at gold here at the same time. Oh, gold's at 1927, still down. Hasn't really moved up a lot at all. Did a little retracement, came down to retest the low, and we're still stuck here. GPJPY 15-minute. Yeah, I think we would need a break above, 139, 100 for it to continue moving bullish. Let's take a look at this chart here. First chart coming up. Ooh, okay. Alfonso buys. Very nice. Beautiful. I think we can see a break above 139. If you get a break above 139, I think it's going to be a pretty good trade. Good morning, Gulag. Hope everyone's doing well in the Gulag here today. This is a Thursday, and usually on Thursdays, we have a lot of volume on Thursdays, so I'm going to be looking forward towards a lot of volume here today. And I think the volume should be going bullish. Looking at the daily is rejecting that area. Now, this is a very strong area here on the daily, right? Daily formed resistance here, now it's forming support to continue moving bullish. Weekly is also trying to move up. 4-hour is bouncing off of the 4-hour support, but it's also encountering some 4-hour resistance up over here, which we need to break. There's this resistance right over here. Where would you put your stops if you take the trade as it passes the wick on the 15-minute? I think the stops are going to be kept below this current 15-minute candle. That's where the stops are going to be kept. And then target is going to be obviously 139,300 and then going up towards 139,400. That's going to be the target. Hey, I'm a spectator from Russia. Watch your channel and start trading correctly, carefully. Everything seems to be going well so far. Oh, nice, man. Beautiful. We got mangoes here today too. We got mango power here today. So I think we're gonna have a good trade. So as this price is breaking above, I think a good stop, like a good entry. Yeah, I mean, if this 30-minute candle breaks the zone, this is going to be a breakout candle. So I'm going to be putting my stops below this 30-minute candle and expect price to create support and then continue moving up. Or if it doesn't create support, I'm going to be entering an impulse entry as we break the high at like 139, 150, right over here. Stops would be around 10, 11 pips. Anticipation towards 139, 300. Yeah, I think that's going to be a pretty good idea. All right, let's take a look at this chart here. This is okay. Yeah, it looks good. Looks good. You have a buy on the 4-hour. You have a buy on the 30-minute time frame over here for it to continue moving bullish. I think it's a pretty valid idea. I also think when this 30-minute candle closes, you can probably trail your stops under the 30-minute candle right over here and then expect it to continue moving up. Yeah, I think it's going to be a good idea. So as we come to the break of like 139, 150, yeah, I think I'm going to be entering a position right over there for it to continue moving bullish. Yeah. Um, let's take a look at this. Gold sells. Someone is saying gold sells. Gold sells in a rejection area. I think it's going to get very difficult here. Yeah, it's in a rejection area. So we're going to take a look at the Forex factory over here. We're going to take a look at the pre-markets. All right, what's going on here? We got ADP. Oh, hold on. It's tomorrow. Tomorrow is chilling. Okay, so we got non-farm employment change at 8:30. This may move a little bit on gold. Otherwise, we should be okay, man. Otherwise, we should be okay. Let's take a look at the news. There's nothing really happened overnight. Price is continuing bullish over here. So, yeah, I think I just gotta wait for the break above 139, 150, and then I'm gonna execute a buy, and then we can head off towards 139, 300, and then 139, 400. I think that's going to be a pretty good idea. Ooh, first time out the gulag. Thank you, thank you. Yeah. There's a big difference, man. The only difference is that there's no music, but there's no lag. Nothing. Hey, this is my plan for New York. Let's take a look here. We got a plan. We got a man with a plan. Man with the New York plan. I want to see price break 139 and retest it, and I want to see support being created here after that. Okay. What if we don't retest 139, and what if we just continue breaking up? Then what are you going to do? So you got to plan for that as well. Like things can happen. Things can just, break the highs over here and price will continue moving. What are you going to do at that point? So you got to keep a lot of scenarios in mind, right? I'm also thinking the same thing. Like, we might see a retest down over here for price to continue moving up, and then we break this in the New York session, or with the New York Open. But what if we just break this, like, without doing a retest? So that's something you have to keep in mind. All right. Hey, the 30-minute with no trade candle give you what? Hey Raja, the 30-minute with no wick candle give you sell buys. No. Why would you want to sell when candles are closing bullish? It just makes no sense. Yeah, you're in the gulag. Okay, so we're coming up towards 139, 150. Getting ready. Getting ready here. 139, 150. I think it's going to be a pretty good trade. Um, 139 is a big psychological level these past 2 weeks, but let's see what happens. Yeah, let's see what happens, right? We need to break above 139, 150 for price to continue moving bullish to 139, 300, and then 139, 400. If we don't break that, or if we don't create support here, then price is not going to go there. So you need some conditions for price to fulfill if it's going to go where you want it to go. Wouldn't you rather wait for candle to close because of that rejection? Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Like, I mean, if you know what your risk is, then it's totally fine. I have my plan. I'm going to follow my plan. Let's take a look at Euro JPY over here. Let's take a look at Euro JPY. While we wait for GJ, we're going to look at Euro JPY here. And it looks like Euro JPY daily candle is continuing bearish over here. It's continuing bearish. It's coming down to a potential support, which was held as resistance. If if you look on the 4 hour time frame, 4 hour is bouncing off of that level. Now let's just redraw all the zones on the 4 hour, right? So basically we had a resistance on the 4 hour around 125, 690, and then we had another resistance kind of like forming right over here, but we need to go to the 1 hour time frame and identify that, okay, we did indeed have support around 125, 550, which the 1 hour is kind of like retesting to continue moving down. So I think Euro JPY, yeah, it needs to break the support to continue moving, and then there's another support right down over here. Let's check our Chinese indicator here. By the way, I'm keeping an eye on the price in GJ. We're at 139, 120. We want it to be at 139, 150 to execute a buy. If you can see here in the Chinese indicator, it's saying that the pound is bullish, right? It's saying pound is bullish. It's saying the yen is kind of like okay. It's saying the US dollar is also weak, which means GU should be continuing bullish too. So, these are some bullish confirmations that are coming in from the Chinese indicator. So I guess the buying idea would make sense. Wouldn't a buy stop be more advantageous if you know your entry, all you need to do is to adjust the stop loss? Yeah, that's going to be good too, buy stop. Buy stop is going to be good too. Let's take a look at this chart here. This chart is GP CAD 30 minutes breaking the high of the previous 30-minute candle is coming up. The only thing problematic with GP CAD I have here is, let me show you, is this thing right over here. Oh, okay, that's where your TP is. Okay, yeah, it's possible. Yeah, I think it's gonna head up there, and then there's a little bit of a problem right over here too on the 30-minute time frame. So yeah, let's see what happens. What's this? Hey, why you prefer impulse entry? I, I I prefer impulse entries in these cases, because I've been looking at GBJPY for a very, very long time, and what I've seen is that sometimes GBJPY doesn't do a retest, it doesn't give you those confirmations, it just continues moving. So I've learned from all those things. I've learned from missing trades that if you miss trades, that's an opportunity for you to learn. Sometimes people miss trades and they want to get in the trade just because they missed the trade. No, you can't do that. You can't do that. You have to just relax. You have to stay calm. If you missed the trade, you missed the trade. You got to come back the next day. It's so important. How much do you risk per trade? I risk $2 per trade. Hey, this is my plan. All right, let's take a look at this plan. We got another man with a plan. A man with a plan, waiting for rejection and confirmation at this level to look for a sell. Okay, if close above, then buy. This whole thing looks like a break and retest. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, that's true. We gotta wait. We gotta wait, man. Hey, why do you prefer GJ over other currencies? Why not trade the most volatile pair? It's not about trading the most volatile pair. It's just like it's not about dating the hottest girl in the world. It's all not about that. It's about how comfortable you are. There's a volatile pair like USD ZAR. It's not like I'm gonna go and trade USD ZAR because you have to be comfortable with one pair. If you're not comfortable with one pair, then you're just running around, pairs, and you're trying to see which one you can win the most money, and it's not gonna work. You have to master the moves of one pair. What's this? GPJPY had a sell bias based on the high time frame structure in London, took sells, went BE. However, I've noticed that the price does break and retest. Okay, yeah, this was good. Price did a break and retest on the 30-minute, came down, rejection wicks, and now it's time to go bullish. So you got to buy now. Hey Raja, did GU is a good idea to trade in pre-London? Yeah, I think it's a pretty good pair to trade in pre-London. Your JPY is coming down over here. Let's take a look at GU. GU is moving bullish. It broke above 1.31, 1.31191. Man, these numbers are too big. 1.31200. And looks like it can come up towards, 1.31600. So let's go to 30-minute time frame. 30-minute needs to create some sort of a support right over here for it to continue moving bullish. And this range is pretty big too. This is almost 30 pip range. Oh, 44 pip range. 44 pip range. You know what was this from yesterday? This was from FOMC yesterday. That's why you got that big candle going down. That was from FOMC yesterday. FOMC minutes. Just move down. Can you elaborate comfortable how exactly? Well, comfortable means how long have you been looking at that pair? When you spend time with a certain person and you spend enough time to know that, hey, like, you know what? I spent time with this person so much. I know how this person feels, what they like, what they don't like, how they act in the morning, how they act in the night. That's what you kind of like understand about a person when you spend time with them, right? Currency pairs is the same thing. When you spend time with one currency pair for, let's say, about 6 months, 7 months, you start to understand, its different intricacies. You start to understand, like, in which sessions it moves, in which sessions it kind of consolidates, what's the best time for it to trade, things like that. So that's what I mean by being comfortable. So you need to, spend a lot of time. With the pair. Like in the Zoom chat, you can see that Bernard is talking about AU. He trades AU, so he's pretty good at that. If actual candle in GJ closed bearish, could be a good entry to take sell to retest the previous low. Let's see here. To retest the previous low. Well, the low is the support on the 4-hour. Looking at the way it's being rejected. See, I don't know. I'm not sure because this area might be some sort of. I'm looking at this area as like a sort of like a rejection here. This is a 15 pip range down to this area, which was support. So I don't think that would be a. I don't know. In my case, I don't think it's going to be a good idea. I'm gonna wait for. See now, when I'm looking at this chart, I see three things, right? The number one thing I see is this green zone, and this green zone is right over here. This is the green zone I see. Green zones are areas where you can have a really, really solid trade, right? So if price breaks above 139, 100, you have this clean candle here to the left-hand side. So this is going to be your best opportunity to take a winning trade. That's going to be, I mean, if price comes up there, that's going to be an amazing opportunity to take a trade. This one right over here. And then you got this little red zone over here, and this red zone is this one over here, right? This is a good range, but it's 15 pips. It's not that big, so I'm gonna stay away from that range. And then the third I have right over here. This could be okay, but not perfect. So I'm gonna be looking to trade in the green zone up over there. I think it's gonna be a much better trade, much better opportunity to win in the green zone than in the red zones. Right? So you gotta pick your battles. That's the thing. Looking for sells, I don't know. Probably below 138, 830. I might look for sells. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. All right, let's take a look at this. This is stop loss will be below this zone. If this candle closes bullish, then I'm going to take a buy entry because it's rejecting from daily support. Yeah, makes sense. So you're waiting for the 4-hour to close. So you want the 4-hour to close above, this area right over here, that resistance. Yeah, I think trading in the green zone will net you much better profits than trading in the red zone. Trading in the red zone versus trading in the green zone. All right, perfect. Clean traffic above. If we build support, looking for buys only. Yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty good.
So Roger, what I see, we got all those bullish candle right there off the 30 minutes. So we might just see a minor pullback, and then the next candle could take out the previous wick, and that's the buys right there. I'm confident GJ is going up.
Yeah, I see that too. I see that too. Not in the middle of the zone. Yeah, yeah, Marcus, I know what you mean, but I just highlighted the problems price would have as it starts coming down towards, 138,620. I highlighted the problems. One problem is right over here, and we need to break below this problem, and then the next problem is like 15 pips away, so there's not enough range. And then the next problem below, like, this whole area, like 138,800, is almost like, 18 to 20 pips away, which is also there was some sort of wicks over here, consolidation over here. So it just not as clean. It's not as clean as if price breaks above 139,100. See this clean, easy. This not so easy, kind of like doubtful. So I don't like doubt in my trading. But if someone thinks they can take a sell going down to 138,630 with confirmations over here, be my guest. That's perfect. I want you to win. But I'm going to be looking for sells below this area because then I know there's going to be clean traffic here to the left hand side. Let's take a look here. All right, if we break below this area, then we have all these candles here, and then we got a support down at 138,400. That's going to be a better trade to take going down. So I'm going to wait for that. Hey, my bad trade on GA and how I'm trying to look for a re-entry if it presents it. All right, let's take a look here. First entry here, okay, first entry was over there. This was a bad entry. I think it was a good entry. You're expecting the next one to continue moving bullish. Close full position here when the 30-minute candle closed bearish. Mistake. I should have left 50%. Okay. Looking to give my bias a second chance. I think you want price to break above this area to give your bias a second chance, and your stop is going to be right down over here as well. So you want this high to break a little bit, just like I'm waiting for price to break above the high over here a little bit. Continue moving bullish. Let's take a look at this chart here. This is GJ 30-minute chart. I'm expecting a decent pullback before NY open. Buy stop above the wicks. This looks good. Could happen. Let's take a look at the 15-minute. 15 minutes trying to come up over here, which is pretty good. I think we're gonna have a nice move going up. Hey, for this impulse entry will be what? Hey, Raja, for this impulse entry will be bad, right? For buys. I don't think it's going to be bad. It's better to close above resistance. Yeah, I mean, if you want price to close above resistance and not take an impulse entry, that's fine. You know, then you can wait for that. I mean, there's nothing set in stone that's going to happen. USD CAD. What's this? Entered as price broke the previous wick. See, what's happening here is it's breaking the lows, it's approaching some wicks over here. So the rule of thumb is to um, like, you know, maybe wait for some sort of a minor resistance to be formed. I mean, wait for price to make a low, then a resistance to be formed, and then take a sell. That's the key component of discipline. You know, you gotta basically gotta wait. So let's take a look at USD CAD over here. You know, so there are two things you can do. Either you can take an impulse entry and let it run, or you can wait for a resistance to be formed, which will be risky in a way because you may miss the move. You know, you may miss the move, and or if the resistance is formed, then you can take a much better confident trade. You know, so those are little lessons that you're going to learn in trading. GJ is pushing. No, it's not. It's still over here. It didn't really come up towards 139, 150. Okay, I got in JPY over here. As it was breaking the high over here, I got in this trade. My stop is below this 30-minute candle around, you know, 13, 14 pips. And I'm expecting price to come up towards 139, 300. That's what we're expecting price to come up to. 139, 300. We got a support and USD CAD right here. Ooh, GU is also going up. I'm still learning. Would you mind having a look at my chart? If you send your chart, we're going to take a look at it. If you don't send it, then obviously we can't look at it. All right, let's just need to wait for the candle to close. Nothing is clear right now. Waiting for price to break above the zone at 110,900. It's pretty good. Yeah, it looks good. What's this? In this situation, when you close your 50% if you're in drawdown. Okay, so in this case, if the 15-minute candle closes bearish, that's going to be the point where I'm going to close 50% of my position. If the 15-minute candle closes bearish. If it doesn't close bearish, then I'm going to keep the position open, right? Because now the 30-minute candle is about to close in 3 minutes, and we want it to close above 139, you know, like 139, 100. If it closes below 139, 100, then I think the buys are going to be in jeopardy. So we'll have to manage risk at that point. What are the 3 rules you have posted on your desk? The 3 rules I have posted on my desk. They are, ooh, we got some new artwork over here. So these are the 3 rules posted on my desk. Right here. So I'm going to paste the link of the site over here. Like that. Okay, what's this? Let's take a look at this chart here. Waiting on 30-minute candle to close above 139, 150 for buy. Target 139, 400 as clean candles to the left. Yes. I lose when I do impulse on breaks, so here's what I'm looking out for. Let's take a look here. This is GJ. Already closed above previous resistance. Warrants a move up with stop loss below the hourly candle. Okay, looks good. Yeah, I think it looks good. I think we all have a pretty good idea where GPY may be heading off to. I mean, 139, 400 looks like a pretty good target. 139, 300, a pretty good target there as well. So, yeah, I guess if we do close above 139, 100, we're gonna have a pretty nice move going bullish. That's what I'm going to be looking out for. But I want candle to close above 139, 100 here on the 30-minute time frame, so that we close above this area and then continue moving bullish. My idea got destroyed. Should have used buy stops. Okay, let's take a look here. Ooh, GU 15-minute waiting for pullback, then entry on a bullish candle, resistance broken. Okay, should have had buy stops. I think, yeah, it's still above that area. I mean, it should respect this area and continue moving bullish, really. Do you only use support resistance? Well, yeah, these are different levels, right? We only use that. Hey, I'm new here. I'm still learning market structure. I just wanted to know if you think 139, 270 is a problem area, even though there's a clean traffic. 139, 270. Yeah, so I mean, this whole area, right? 139, 270, 139, 300. So it falls into the same category over there. So as this candle's coming to a close, it's closing, the way it's closing right now, it's closing below that area. So what I'm going to do is at this point, I closed 50% of my position right over here, and I'm letting the rest run. So I removed some profits off the table at this point because I wanted it to close above, like, you know, like a little stronger bullish candle, but it didn't close like a stronger bullish candle, right? So at that point, I took out some of my profits because I don't want to risk the whole position if it comes down to a stop loss. I really want to manage my risk. All right, let's take a look here. Someone made a mental mistake. This morning I learned that I need to trust my analysis and accept what I have at risk. In this case, I had 13 pips stop loss with 2 positions of 5 lots, closed both at 9 pips, negative 9 pips. Yeah, you should have trusted your analysis over there. It was a mental mistake. You have some gold trades coming on. Gold, 30-minute chart. As 4-hour support is being rejected, I'll expect 30-minute to break 1934 to take buys. Yeah, I think that looks good. That looks pretty good. Let's take a look on gold over here. That idea looks pretty good. Above 1935, 1934 for price to continue moving bullish. Yeah, I think it's a pretty good idea. You also have enough range here. It's like a 90 pip range, 80 to 90 pip range. Not sending charts anymore. Never looked at it. Obviously, man. Obviously, you have to understand, there are like 2,900 people in this chat and they're all sending messages. Do you think it's physically, I mean, yeah, it's just, I don't know, man. This guy, I think you need to leave the stream and never come back. Hey, Raja, will you add a position? So when would you? I'm not sure. Maybe I would add a position once we come back to my entry right over here. So far, right now, I had the position open, I closed 70% of it, and now the rest is running in a drawdown over here. So, you know, the 30 minutes there, 15 minutes still there, so I guess still good. You know, I've taken risk off the table, so there's not much at risk at this point right over here. I'm new to Forex, and new to Forex, please advise how I can start so I can follow you. I think the reason where you need to start is you need to start from babypips.com. Babypips.com is the best way to start. All right, let's take a look at this EJ trade. EJ, impulse entry, thinking price will go to the top of the range, should have closed 50% here. Yep, you should have closed 50% there. Stop loss below the last 30-minute candle. Oh, yeah, it was a good entry. I mean, we would expect price to continue up, but it didn't really continue up from here. Looks like USD CAD is doing that retest over here. It's doing that retest. So I think it needs to create some sort of a bearish candle here to continue down. This is something we were talking about earlier on. I'm happy that he is showing Zoom chat. I like to see Zoom Gulag messages. people think people think the Zoom Gulag messages are important. Well, yeah, they're pretty important. Hey, I have a question. How long were you in the studying phase, learning the technique, and how long were you in the trial and error phase? You know what? I'm still in the trial and error phase. I'm still learning. I'm still adapting. I'm still figuring out new things, here and there. So like it's a constant learning environment. There's not a day that goes by when I'm not learning anything. All right, let's take a look at GU. GU is also coming down to retest this area. For GU, here's the thing, Ran. GU 30-minute candle broke above this area. It broke above this area. This new 30-minute candle, it needs to respect the low of the previous 30-minute candle for it to continue moving bullish. In the same way, on the 30-minute chart here on GJ, even though we closed at this level, this 30-minute has to respect the low of the previous 30-minute candle for it to continue bullish. Same thing goes for the 15-minute here as well, because the 15-minute, this one came up, rejected that area, this one closed like a bearish candle, this 15-minute candle closed above the closes of the previous two 15-minute candles. So now you're expecting this 15-minute candle to make a liquidity wick and then continue moving bullish. So for people who are coming in new, I took an entry right over here. When this candle closed around 139.100, that's where I took off certain percentage. I took off 70%. But once we flip bullish and we start to go bullish again, I'm going to add another position. But so far I've really lowered my risk. What's this? UJ. Haven't seen UJ in a while. Let's take a look here. UJ, left shoulder, head, right shoulder, head and shoulder pattern, takes sell after breakout. Yeah, it looks good. Looks good. I think you could have done this analysis without the head and shoulders too, just being honest. I mean, you could have just skipped head and shoulders and just drew support over here and said, okay, well, we can take a sell and clean candle hit to the left. This is all just extra information. You tired, bro? No, man, I'm good. Trust me, I'm good. I got the apple over here. See, the thing is, apples give you twice as much energy than coffee. Okay, what's this? What's your opinion about the martingale strategy? Double your risk every time you lose. See, the thing is, this martingale strategy, I think a lot of algos are built around the martingale strategy. It's basically when price is moving in one way and you want to take trades the opposite way and you expect price to continue moving. That's what the martingale strategy is. And at this point where price is running right now, this is the point where I'm gonna close my position at around 9 pips. So I exited my trade right over here. Okay, it's beautiful. Yeah, this is where I exit my trade. I closed my trade and a loss over here. Initial risk on this trade was $170. I think I closed at negative $98 by reducing my risk. So I guess at this point we have to wait and give this trade a second chance. I also think the entry was premature. It was a pretty premature entry, which is why I closed out 70% once the candle closed below. So now I'm just gonna sit back, relax, and give this trade a second chance because it seems like it's just rejecting that area, and it makes no sense to hold the drawdown. You got in before the hour closed. Well, I did say it was premature. Now everyone's going to be an expert. Everyone's going to tell me what I did wrong and I would have done things right. But I think a second entry, a second chance is going to be given once we break above the highs at like 139, 120, and then 150 again. Why did USD strengthen? Why did USD strengthen so much yesterday around midday? Because that was FOMC. That's why. That was FOMC. Always an excuse when it ended up in losses. Oh no, there's no excuse. It was the bad entry. It was the premature entry. I mean, it's just how it is. Does your style of trading work with all pair sessions of more specifically for GJ? The style of trading is based on reading candles. You know, like if you can read candles around, like strong zones, I think you can have profitable trades. If we look at the zone over here on the 1 hour time frame, right? This is a strong area. So if you look at the 1 hour, these 1 hour candles were closing at 139. Well, they were closing under 139 100. We had the 6 a.m. 1 hour candle that closed above 139 100. And then you have this current candle which is forming. Now, what you want these candles on the small time frames to keep closing above 139 100. Because if we can get candles closing above 139 100, we can get a move heading up. And that's something I'm waiting for. So I gave my trade one chance. It didn't really quite work out. It was kind of like choppy. So I closed that trade in a minor loss, and now I'm waiting for a second opportunity for buys over here. So I'm not changing my bias. I'm keeping the same bias, and yeah, just gonna sit back and wait for another opportunity. Let's take a look at this chart here. This is GU. Price broke resistance, entered on the retest. Beautiful, beautiful. Stop loss below the previous candle low. TP over here. I think you're going to get it. I 100% think you're going to get it. I think GU is heading bullish. I also think GJ is also heading bullish. Thinking to buy if the 30-minute turned bullish within the first 15 minutes. Consider the move down as quick liquidity grab. I think so too. We got 20 minutes left for this 30-minute candle to close. We got 5 minutes left for this 15-minute candle to close. I think so too. I think a second entry, like a second chance, I'm going to give this trade once we break above the high at like 139, 120. I'm going to be willing to give this trade a second chance at this point. Yeah, I think that's a very good idea. Let's take a look at this. This is GJ 30 minute. I'm waiting for the same scenario as on Monday pre-New York. Support formed at 138.900. Entering bullish. Okay, looks good. Looks good. I think we shall get it with GU moving up. And man, I think GU has a pretty good entry right over here for people who trade GU. I mean, you're entering here, you're keeping the stop below the previous candle, and you're anticipating price to not only come up to fill this wick, but also come up over here to at least 131.600 or even up to 131.500. That's going to be a pretty good trade idea. And if you're going to measure this range, this is also a pretty good range. This range right now from price is like around 24 pips over here and like 34 pips up there, and your stop is below the 30-minute candle, which is not that big either, which is going to be around, I'd say like 12, 11 pips to be safe, a couple of pips below the 30-minute candle. It's pretty good. Do you close your trades out always if in around 10 pip profits? Yes. Yes, I always take profits. I take profits at 10 pips. I close percentage positions at 10 pips. If let's say sometimes if the stop loss is going to be around 13, 14 pips, I'm still taking profits at 10 pips. Well, actually, I'm securing a portion of my trade. I'm securing, let's say, 70%, let's say 80% at 10 pips, and I'm letting the rest run. Because my idea is that it's better to secure positions as you go into profits and then let like a portion of it run towards, where you want it to go. So when we're looking at the 15-minute here, I think we're moving up over here, and I think we're coming close to a point where we can give a second chance to this trade to continue moving bullish. And this is going to be the second chance we're going to be giving the trade right over here as we're coming down to the close of this 15-minute candle. I think another second chance is going to be at 139, 150 to continue moving bullish. One more time. 139, 150. Give it another chance. Just waiting. Second chance. Impulse entry, or are you waiting for the candle to close? Well, if it closes bullish in the next 15 minutes, right over here, it's going to be a much better entry. But if it doesn't, then it's going to be an impulse entry as we break the high at 139, 150. Let's take a look at GU. Ooh, GU is also kind of like closing bullish on the 15-minute time frames. First time here, can you look at this trade on GJ? All right, welcome to your first time in the gulag here. So the 15-minute candle has closed. It closed like a write-off candle. A write-off candle is a doji candle. It opened and closed at the same time. So that 15-minute doesn't exist, Now, if we start breaking like 139, 130s, 140s, I think that's going to be a good confirmation for price to continue moving bullish. So in the meantime, let's look at this chart from the gulag. Trend was down. This candle broke support, placed the sell limit for break and retest trade. Boom, hit stop loss. I think you should have closed when this candle was closing bullish. I think you could have closed right over there. Alright, boys and girls, we are coming up over here. We are coming up nice and steady. The 1 hour is also coming up. We have around 44 minutes left for this candle to close. The 15-minute candle is trying to break the high over here. We're breaking the high, and at this point, I'm going to give my trade a second chance as it comes up over here a little bit more. It should come up towards, like 139, 150 again. So I can, enter a second position. Actually, let's take a look at the 1 hour over here. So 1 hour created a wick down over here. And as it's pushing up, so this wick is like around 10 pips away. If this wick is around 10 pips away and 15-minute candle has closed, I think this is going to be a good opportunity over here. Yeah, I just entered over here again, giving this trade a second chance, placing my stop below the 1 hour wick over here now, because I think the 1 hour low has been created, and since the 1 hour low has been created, now price should not come back down to this low again, and it should keep on making a higher low, like a higher high, and as price continues up to make a higher high, I think we're going to have a pretty good opportunity for price to come up towards 139,300 and then ultimately 139,400. Mac just sent a chart. Ooh, okay, Mac is also in a buy. Very nice, beautiful. Yeah, I think GG should continue moving bullish here. Which is the best indicator to use for confirmation and what levels? There is no such thing as a really, really good indicator. A really good indicator does not exist. Okay, took a buy at 139, 152 as it broke the area above the previous highs, closed half as it went over there, 5 pip partial TP line. That's pretty good. 139, 200, 300. Watch it drop back down. Spencer Gangi. Thank you, thank you. Well, I mean, it can come back down. You know, that's fine. Spencer Gangi does not want price to go up. What's this? Um, yeah. Wouldn't this be buying the high? Yes. I think we're breaking above, so it should be good. This is the second. This is the second chance I'm giving this trade. If this does not work out, then I'm done for the day. Because I really think the bias is bullish, and we're gonna stick with the bullish bias over here. So, yeah. Sometimes you can, you're gonna have losing days. Do you always do market execution? Ever consider doing limit orders on retracements? Not really. I mean, limit orders. When you have limit orders, it means that, like, let's say that we broke below this support right over here, right? Let's say we broke below this support, and you had a limit sell right over here. So a limit sell would mean that you're selling as price is coming up to this area, and you're anticipating price to continue moving down. So limit orders, I think they're a lot more risky. So really don't focus on limit orders. Ooh, what's this? This is GJ 1 hour chart. And ooh, you're looking for sells over here based on this EMA you have, okay. GG on the 4 hour resistance, waiting for rejection for sells. EMA 50 acting at resistance 2. That's a pretty interesting idea. Let me take a look at that on the 4 hour here. See, that makes sense because we're at this kind of like resistance zone on the 4 hour. So that makes sense. Even though when we're looking at the 1 hour over here, 1 hour hasn't closed yet. 1 hour is still open at this point. 1 hour low is right over here. It's still open at this point. So let's take a look on the 30-minute. This 30-minute, for price to continue down, this 30-minute has to close bearish. If this 30-minute closes bearish, then the buys are gone. There are no buys at all. Because now you're getting one candle that's closing bearish, the 30-minute time frame, which is a stronger confirmation. And then if it starts continuing down, then you can't hold your buys. That's a problem. Let's take a look at this chart over here. This chart is sent through Discord and it's opening. Oh, I can't open it. I don't know, man. I can't open it. This is EJ. This is EJ 30-minute. Minor resistance respected. Yeah, there's a support right over here. I think we talked about this as well. There's a support right over here on EJ. Because you see the support was held, this candle came down, it rejected it, this candle's coming down, so we don't know if it's going to reject it or break through it. Let's take a look here. This is enter buy when it broke previous resistance. I think if you're new traders, I don't think new traders should be participating in impulse entries. You should be mostly focused on letting candles close. The reason why I say that is because you haven't seen impulse entries play out long enough. I think when you strictly look for impulse entries, those are just impulse entries. You're looking to see if you can get a winning trade. It's pretty good, but it's very, very risky, and you need to see them play out like a lot of times, because those are just unnecessary losses that you can take. So that's something you have to look out for. 15-minute candle is about to close in 7 minutes. If it closes bearish, again, we're going to take some risk off of the table, and we're going to let the rest run. 30-minute candle is also, it's about to close in 6 minutes. So if it closes bearish, I'm going to take off some risk and then let the rest run. And if it hits stop loss, I'm going to call that a day in the loss. But if it goes up, then, we're going to have a winning trade. All right, let's check this out. This is your bullish bias is correct. Just need a break above this wick, which is what I'm waiting for on. Yeah, this looks good. Looks good. I mean, yeah, this 30-minute candle has to flip bullish. If it doesn't, then it is what it is. Let's take a look at gold over here. All right, gold is trying to break above 1935. Just as we were looking at that. Breaking above 1935 to continue on towards 1942, which is 80 pips away, man. This is 70 pips away. That's a lot of pips. Gold just keeps on running. Raja, do you like dead mouse? This is not dead mouse, guys. This is not dead mouse. This is gas mouse. That's what it is. This is gas mouse. Let's take a look at GU over here. Ooh, GU is doing some fishy things. But it's respecting that low on the 30-minute to continue moving bullish, which is pretty good. Let's take a look over here. We have... Oh, that's it. What do you think about this entry? Let's take a look at this entry here. This is GA. Price broke 4-hour resistance and closed above this area over here. Okay. You got candles here. You got stops below the previous 30-minute candle. And you expect... Yeah, I think it's pretty good. I think it's pretty good. With this 30-minute candle closing bullish, you can expect the next 30-minute candle to also continue moving bullish. So the bias bullish here is, I think it's correct. I think the bullish bias is correct. And if you look at the Chinese indicator, it's saying now the pound is really, really strong. So I think that bullish perspective is pretty good on GU, GA, GJ, I don't know, GBP NOK, GBP NZD. It's all bullish bias. I mean, look at this. It's all bullish bias. USD CAD, I don't know, man. USD CAD, you need some sort of a bearish candle printing on USD CAD for sells. Otherwise, it's going to get pretty tricky, So far, we got the 15-minute candle closing bullish. If it closes bullish, I think that's a pretty good trade to be in for it to continue moving up towards 139, 300, and then eventually 400. But if it closes bearish, then I'm going to be closing out my trade. Well, percentage of it. If the current candle closes bearish, as long as we don't break the previous candle's low, aren't we still valid for continued move up? Yes. If the candle closes bearish, right? Let's say candle closes bearish, then you're okay with it moving bullish, but at the same time, it's closing bearish, which may give room for the next candle to go bearish as well. So at that point, I think it's a good idea to remove some risk off of the trade in case it comes down, right? Would you consider adding to the position if a price closes bullish? Yeah, I think so. I think that's going to be a good idea. Maybe add like a small percentage to that. Yeah, so still got some time for the candles to close. We got like 2 minutes left. We got GU here closing bullish. We got USD CAD closing below that support it formed. We got, we also have gold here. Gold and EJ. EURJPY is rejecting the, yeah, this is the markup I had in EURJPY. We're like sort of rejecting that area. All right, let's take a look at this chart here. This is GU 30-minute. Clean candles. Pretty good, pretty good. If the candle closes, someone wants me to repeat something. Yeah, I mean, if a candle closes bearish, then I'm going to be like, closing out 50% or whatever. Yeah, 50%. I'm going to be closing out. and letting the rest run to continue moving bullish, which I think it's going to move bullish over here. The 15-minute candle is about to close here, so it's pretty good. Why does it look blurry? Because your resolution is too low on your YouTube. Okay, this candle is about to close in a minute and a half. It's closing bullish, which is beautiful. 30-minute candle is also closing bullish, which is going to give room for the next candle to continue moving bullish. I think at this point, our stop is pretty good. You know, it's below the 30-minute candle. It's below the 1-hour candle low as well. So the next one should. Now, the thing about the 30-minute is, since it's closing bullish over here, if you look at the 1 hour, so that means the first half of the 1 hour is closing bullish. Now, what are the odds that the next half of the 1 hour also closes bullish? I think that's a very, very high probability that that's going to happen. So I'm going to stay in this trade, and we're going to wait till 139.300. 139.300. It's all because of the mango. Let's see. If it doesn't work out with the mango power today, I'm gonna get rid of all these mango juices. You know what? They are. He might just become president. Biden, Joe Biden. Joe Biden may just win. It was in Family Guy, but I think the Simpsons predictions are pretty much accurate than the Family Guy. But I don't understand why, if it closes bearish but has above support, you will close 50%. It's still respecting support. Yeah, I mean, the reason is because if it closes bearish, then there's some chance that the next candle may go bearish as well. You know, so that's just me being careful. If you want to leave the whole thing open, you can leave the whole thing open, you know, but I'm just being careful like that. So if you look at the 30-minute candle is also like this. 15-minute candle is also closing it bullish. But the thing is, the 30-minute, we had a lot of volume in this candle, and then this candle had volume as well. This candle like lowered in volume. This candle is now forming up. So looking at the 15-minute, if this 15-minute breaks the low of the previous 15-minute, then I'm going to close out another 50% position, because then it's breaking the low. And then I'm going to let the whole thing running if it hits stop loss or goes to take profit. But that's how I'm going to manage my risk. Take sell entry with bearish close below this range. Looks good. You also got some news here too. Ooh, at this point, I'm closing 50% off my position right over here. As the 15-minute candle came down to the low of the previous 15-minute candle, I think that is a good position to close out a certain percentage and let the rest run. So I closed out 60% of my position, and I'm letting the rest run because I'm being safe. A little too conservative here today, you know, because I've already taken one loss over here, and I'm letting the rest run towards, you know, potential 139.300. When you give a second chance to the trade, do you use the same risk or lot size? That's all up to you. That's all up to you. That's up to you how much you want to risk, how much you want to add, how much you want to close. That's something you have to understand even before you take the trade. Before you take the trade, all these things, they need to be like, you need to understand those things before you take the trade, you know, like what are you going to do when it goes down? What are you going to do if the candle closes against you? How much will you close? How much will you leave open? These things, they come with experience, with practice. The more you practice, the more you see it over and over again, the better you get with risk management. Because man, listen, at the end of the day, trading is all about risk management. That's it. There's nothing else. As long as you can keep your losses small, man, your wins are going to look bigger. This whole week, even if I take 2 losses here today, my wins have been way greater than my losses. Like most people, they want to hold their losses, but I don't know, man. You just have to keep your losses low. Like if you look over here, I took out percentage of my positions twice. Twice I made sure my losses are low. Because if it comes down, hits my stop loss, and if my bias, so my bias is bias, right? If my buying bias doesn't play out, that's all okay. This is going to be tomorrow, and then there's going to be Monday, and then Tuesday, and then there's going to be next week, and then next month. So, it's not about winning for today. It's about building a foundation so that you can win next week and then next month. So that's all what it is, with trading. Any chance we can get a webinar on US 30 with Ted sometime soon? I've been anticipating a 500-point drop in the next few days. Well, if you can send your analysis on that 500-point drop, we can take a look at that. So you're probably looking to see a correction of this move right over here, right? As far as I can see. Yeah. Yeah, I guess you'll need to see some sort of a change in, fundamentally you'll need to see some change. But just by looking on the 4-hour, it does seem like it made a low. It needs to retest this low over here. So then you'll need some sort of a resistances forming on the small time frames and whatnot for price to continue moving bearish. All right, let's take a look at this chart here. I was considering this as a fake out, okay, and entering on the next candle open. Do you think stop loss was supposed to be below this candle? So what I'm gonna guess, right? What I'm gonna guess is that you entered at this point. I don't know why your stop loss was over here. I have no idea when this candle was open why your stop was here. But ideally your stop should have been below this candle here. All right, looks like we're back in business here with GJ. We are continuing to move here in GJ. You can do it, GJ. Come on. 139.300. I just like a win. We're coming up. 139.200 is reached. 139.200. Can we get 139.210? Can we get 139.210? 139.210. 139.190. Yeah. It just needs to continue on pushing a little bit. Do you want to move your stop loss to current candle low? Yeah, I mean, once this candle closes, then I'm going to move my stop, but it's all good. GU is also moving bullish here. USD CAD has now turned bearish, which is also pretty good. I think if we can get a Brexit move at this point, that's going to be amazing. If we can get a Brexit move at this point. Let's take a look at this chart here. GJ 1 hour hourly close. Hey Pete, if you want to talk, you can talk.
So Roger. So I closed out the first one. I cut my losses. The second one I cut in half, and then this one I said if it hit my stop loss, it just hits it. But I just added to this position because I see the wicks going higher. So I just feel like New York opening, we're gonna see a push, but we should hit
450 at least.
Yeah, we should hit what?
We should hit that 139.300 at least.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I think so too.
Man, I closed everything. I got scared.
All right, let's take a look at this chart here. Hey Pete, if you want to say something, bro, just come on.
Oh, there we go. I couldn't unmute myself. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Yeah, so I sent that chart over on the GJ buys and my yeah, that one. And so I'm kind of curious about what you might do in this situation if you made your trade like I did based on the hourly chart. When you were talking about closing part of your positions, you were on the smaller time frames, and I kind of ignored that part because I traded based on the larger time frame. This is my trade right here that you're looking at. So like, would you, now that it like broke the high of the hourly candle, would you move the stop loss to the low of the current candle that's not closed yet? Or
Yep.
is that too early?
Yeah. I mean, that's where my stop is right now. It's below the current 1 hour candle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I usually move my stop loss too early, and I usually get wicked out. So.
Oh, yeah, usually it's like after the first half of it closes, you know. So the first half of the hourly candle closed bullish, which was a 30-minute candle. So once it formed a low and it closed bullish, then I'm like, well, you know, now what are the odds that the next half of the hourly candle is going to go bullish as well?
Okay.
Yeah. So there are higher odds, you know. So I guess this should continue on towards 139.300. We're at 139.200 at this point. This is a smooth sail. Even GU is moving up over here now. GU is listening to 131.550, 131.600. Can you look left and explain why 139.300? Yeah, so basically this area right over here. All this area right over here. This is the area I'm looking at. Like in the vicinity of 270 and 300. Let's take a look at this chart here. This was a trade, still have a runner going. Yeah, I think it's pretty good. You got 10 pips, you secured positions. I think if you had a runner would have ran more, but you know, the main thing is you secured positions. So that was very, very well managed trade. Beautiful. We're running at 139.210 right now. 139.210. Stop at 139.300. It's coming up pretty soon. Ooh, the Zoom can hear the gulag music here. Let me just turn it off. Okay. I'm here every day to read the gulag. Oh, lead. To lead the gulag. Yeah, I think we're gonna have a good run. USD CAD here is also trying to drop. It just needs to break below this area and close down here so that we can see further drops. I secured 90%. Oh, risk was 2%. Oh, beautiful, man. Very nice. Looks like a lot of people got their 10 pips here on GJ and now they have their runners running. I'm still in it. Oh, someone is saying scary buy. Oh. Well, the only reason it's going to be a scary buy if you don't know how much you're risking, you know, or how much you have on the line, if you're over leveraged, if you're over risking, if this is your over trading trade. If this is your over trading trade, everything's scary at that point because maybe you've lost the previous 4 or 5 trades you've taken and now you don't have enough trust in the trade you're supposed to take. I think it's coming down, US 30 coming down, gold going up. I don't know. Well, since you said I don't know, that means you're unsure. So instead of saying I don't know, you should say I know. So if you look at the Chinese indicator over here, we see that pound is really strong now and US dollar is really weak. So GU is moving really bullish. This is where you use the Chinese indicator and you confluence that with price action. GJ, it's doing its thing. The 15-minute candle is about to close bullish. It closes bullish in a minute and a half. I think it should continue moving bullish here. Gonna bring my stops at this level here at 139.044 and anticipate price to continue moving bullish. Ooh, what's this? We have another chart running over here. Why is this your next possible resistance? Do you not consider left as clean traffic? Yeah, I think it is. I mean, 260 coming into 260, coming into 139, 300. It's the same thing. It's like in that vicinity. It's in that vicinity. Like a solid number doesn't mean I mean, it's just in that vicinity. Even though if price, comes up towards, let's say 250, 260, that's the point I'm going to be securing 10 pips and I'm going to let the rest run. So, like 139, 300 seemed like a good number, so it's still good. It's all still good. And then higher you go up to 139, 400. Raja, your broker is killing you. My GJ is way past that level. Oh, that's fine. That's fine. The thing is because you are seeing charts with a 10-second delay, so that's what's going on. Hey, when does White Magic Keys come out? White Magic Keys don't comes out. White Magic Key is only for... There are only a number of copies made for the White Magic Keys, That's it. Only like a few copies were made for the White Magic Keys. Every night I go to sleep, I tell myself I'm going to make the same mistakes, and I always do it anyways. I identify why I take losses and how I can do it. On how I cannot do it, so I'm often. Yeah, you know what? Like, I took a trade this morning too, and it ended up in a loss. Ended up in a $98 loss, and then I waited, for another opportunity, and then I took the second chance on the buys, and now it's going good here. I think we should continue up towards 139, 300. That's going to be a target for today. Let's take a look at US 30. US 30 is in this arranging action zone over here. Did gold? Oh, gold did break out. Gold did indeed break out of 1934. This is something that we were looking at earlier here on gold. To gold break above 1934, 1935 to continue on towards 1941 and 1942. 1942 is actually a pretty good tequila. 1942. Is this the same account that you are trading one lots on, or did you fund a new account to trade one lots? No, it's the same one. Same one lots. Which lot size you used in GJ? It doesn't matter which lot size I used in GJ. What are the best days to trade in your opinion? Tuesdays and Thursdays. I think both days are pretty good. Tuesdays are good, Thursdays are good, Wednesdays are good. It just depends on what type of setups you have on those days, And as we see, GU is coming up. To be honest, I think GU was a much better trade than GJ. I honestly think GU was a much, much better trade than GJ. And as we're coming up towards the New York Open is going to be here in like 12 minutes. And I think with the volume coming in with New York Open, I think price is going to continue moving bullish. So we're gonna leave it at that. Yeah, even though it's coming into this sketchy area over here, I think it should still continue moving bullish. So based on the hourly, it makes sense for the New York Open to keep pushing price. Thoughts on GP CAD? I think you need to send. I think you need to send your chart. Are two lots good for 10K count? That's up to you, man. That's up to you. Do you think are two lots good? How much will you be risking? Will you be risking $200 a day? Will you be risking $250 a day? Will you be risking $150 a day? That's something you need to ask yourself. If you have a $10,000 account and you don't even know how much you're going to be risking in a day, I don't think you need to trade a $10,000 account. I think you need to trade a $2,000 account. You know, if you don't know how much you're going to be risking, I don't think you need to trade a bigger account. 10 pip stop. 10 pip stop is going to be $200 a day. So are you okay with losing $200 a day? That's something you have to ask yourself. And then you have to decide whether two lots are going to be okay or whether one lots are going to be okay. You know, like if I had a $10,000 account, I can use like, you know, 3 lots on it, 4 lots on it, because I can absorb that risk. You know, I'm okay with using that much risk. You know, but then it all depends on you. Are you okay with that risk personally? You know, because we all have different experiences and we all have different ways we do things. And as we're looking at GJ, it's as it breaks the high of the previous 15-minute candle, I think it should continue up towards 139.300. The horns are going to come out at like 139.250 because that's the point I'm going to be securing around, you know, 10 pips, 12 pips, and then we're going to let the rest one run. I trade 5 lots on $1,500 account. Oh, beautiful. Hey, Raja, is it a good idea that I'm following your trades and compounding 2,000 USD for 6 months? Oh, wow, man. I think that's amazing. I think if you're compounding money like that, following my trades, whenever you see me, you owe me a steak. You owe me a steak and some chicken, man. Chicken barbecue is pretty good. Yeah, GU is coming up, GJ is coming up, gold did reach target here, 1942. 1942, 1941, wow, crazy. Let's take a look here. Ooh, last night we grilled some chicken. Grilled some chicken with some tikka masala on it, you know. Okay, this has been a really strong resistance for past 2 weeks. Okay, here's a start to see price spend the last time in zone NYC open. Here we have a break down, missed my entry. Oh, okay. Already took my 2 losses for the day. Area filled over here. I think if you're looking at the US 30 from a high time frame, I think a better sell would be, I would say, as this 4-hour candle starts to come bearish. But then your stops are going to be wider too, right? Because as it starts to come bearish, your stops are going to be around, you know, like 94 points, 100 points for it to continue moving bullish, 100 points more, and then continue on. So I think that's what you're looking for price to continue down over here. So in the 1 hour, we need to break below this area here. Price should not come back to our entry. Okay, is it okay to place stops to BE without closing partials? Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I mean, as long as you're okay with it. If you want to martingale the target of one, okay, that was just. I'm a 28-year-old intermediate noob. I think we have a lot of I think we have a lot of like, I think mid 30-year-olds, intermediate noobs too. Like I'm a noob, man. I'm a noob as well over here. TP Thursday, yeah, I don't know. It's going to be a TP Thursday. This is going to be a very rocky ride over here. GJ doesn't give two shits about anyone. This is this is going to be a rocky ride here on GJ. No, not take profit. I'm going to wait for this 30-minute candle to close. Um, how much percentage balance you put for your losses or stop losses if stop loss is 10 pips? I think it's usually like 1%, 1.4%, 1.5%. Yeah, I think it's usually like that. I think what's going to happen is that since it's pulling back, it's just creating a wick here. If you look on the 1 hour, it's just creating a wick over here for the next New York Open to kind of like wick down and continue moving bullish. So it is what it is. I mean, this 30-minute candle needs to close a bullish candle for it to continue moving bullish. If it doesn't close a bullish candle, if it closes like a doji, or if it closes like a weak bullish candle or a bearish candle, I'm just going to close my trade. Ooh, whoa, okay, look at that, man. This thing is coming straight down. So this is the point where I'm going to close my trade, and yeah, that's it. I closed my trade right at this point. Exited. Trade 1. No, this is a trade 2. GJ buys -4 pips. That's it. Even if it goes up after this, I'm not playing with this anymore. I'm not playing with this anymore. I'm okay with this. I secured my 2 losses, my 2 trades for the day, and at this point, I'm done for the day. So, because the way it came down, I wasn't expecting it to come down that way, even though someone might say, oh, but you should respect your stop loss. Hey, listen, that's fine. That's fine. I want to be out of the trade knowing that it can go up, and also knowing that I secured what I wanted to secure. That's what counts. Even though it did a little bit of a retest to continue up, but that's okay. Although there are some consolidation on the left side, consider buys on gold above 1953 would be a good idea. 1953. Yeah, I think it could be a good idea over here, 1953, because you got this resistance forming here, and above this resistance you have a clean candles going up towards 1968. So that could be a very good idea. Let's take a look at this chart over here. This is GJ. Oh, GJ buys. Rest stopped at BE manually. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's good. That's good. So for today, I lost $98 in the first trade, and then I lost $46 in the second trade. So I think it was a pretty good risk management over there, even though I do think it's going to continue moving bullish. I exited the trade because I wasn't comfortable, and at the end of the day, that's all that matters, if you're comfortable or not. Ooh, your JPY is ranging. Damn, that's such a strong range on your JPY. Wow. All right, we got 2 minutes left for this candle to close. 1 hour candle is also closing bullish. 30-minute candle, 15-minute candle is doing like some sort of a rejection here. But I do think we can get to 139.300 if this candle stays bullish. We can go pew 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 pew. Let's bring the YouTube chat here on the side. Um, I get why you always take 10 pips now. Yes. Because here's the thing, right? In my mind, this is what I think. In my mind, what I think is that if a price is going to go towards 10, 12 pips really quick while I'm on the charts, I think I can make just quick money and bounce, you know. But if price doesn't go towards 10 pips and starts like acting a little bit, you know, like iffy, kind of like gets a little choppy, that's the point where I just want to take what I have, or I just want to like, you know, lose what I've given away. Then I'm going to be like, okay, you know what, this is the point where I'm just going to call it a day. I'm going to just accept what has happened, and then I'm going to come back the next day. It's kind of like when you see lions hunting on National Geographic, right? You don't see them hunting, you know, every time and every minute of the day. Even though they can hunt, they hunt like, you know, maybe once, twice in a week, 3 times in a week, and that's it. If you get a break of the support, we can see UJ. Yeah, I think UJ is breaking down to continue down. There's also some news coming on, unemployment claims coming on later too. Gigi today is really playing with my psychology. Yeah, I mean, just close it. Just close it if it's playing with psychology. Going back to what Ted said yesterday, how can you be profitable one week because of a certain structure, but the market structure can change next week? Yeah, that's true. How can we adapt to that? Oh, how you can be profitable one week because of a certain structure, but market structure can change next week, and you take losses every day. How can we adapt to that? Well, if you're taking losses every day, Jimmy, you need to post charts. You need to post the chart on which you're taking a loss on. You know, because if someone can't look at the chart where you've taken a loss on, then it's going to be very hard to guide you in the right direction. You know, it also goes back to the point that it's not about just one week or the second week or the third week. It's about 6 months. It's about watching the same things happen for 6, 7, 8 months. You know, like these ideas about, you know, like impulse entries and all this stuff. I mean, I came up with these things by looking at them over a course of months. It didn't take a week or 2 weeks. No, man. It took like about 3, 4 months of me watching one thing happen. Because the thing is, GPJPY, sometimes it does no retest. Most times it doesn't do a retest. You know, it just continues moving on. And when I saw that, I was missing moves all the time. So I could just sit back and say, hey, Mr. Ted Mentor, fucking, this thing is just moving. It gives no retest. So that means I can't trade this pair, you know, which means now I have to look at some other pair which does retest because it's not aligning with my perception. I didn't do that. What I said was, okay, you know what? It's not doing retests. It's still moving up. Someone's out there in this trade, and I got to figure out how they got in that trade. You know, and then I started to look at, okay, if it's breaking the high, it makes sense for price to continue moving up now. What's the probability of this happening? And then I spent the next 3 months watching those things happen. Now, here's the thing. When you're looking for one specific thing to happen, it may only happen once a week, or it may only happen like, you know, twice a week. What are you going to do? Are you going to force to look at it? No. You're going to wait for the next week to see if it really happens. And then once you see that thing happen 4 or 5 times over the course of maybe like 2 months, now you have some notes on that scenario. So there are a lot of scenarios that happen in the market, and you have to look at all those scenarios over the course of, you know, 6, 7 months. So it takes a lot of time when you're looking at the charts, when you're looking at certain things to form or present themselves to take trades. It takes a lot of time, man. It takes a long time. Like, we've been on the stream for about 2 years now, live on YouTube over here, and we've seen a lot of scenarios play over and over and over again. So, you know, like it you gotta give it time. You just can't say I'm just continuing to take losses. No, when you say you're continuing to take losses, that means someone is saying, hey, you know what, I give up. You know, but when you're taking losses, just look at that loss. Look at that loss and see how could you have taken a winning trade? What could you have seen in that point where you could have said, okay, you know what, maybe I could have done things this way or that way. But back to the charts over here. This is the New York Open, and I think New York Open volume could push this 30-minute candle up towards 139.300. Even though I'm not in this trade, I would like to see it to come to 139.300. I think that's going to be a psychological win for me.
Yeah, some people are talking about sales.
If you took the US 30 idea, if you took Raj's US 30 idea, you should be in profit. We should be dropping down to 27.519 now.
Hmm.
Let's take a look at this support form. So entry can be better. You can have a small stop loss at 10 pips again. Yeah, I think looking at this, I think a break of the half, the 15-minute would give you a much better confirmation to go up. Even though 30 minutes making higher highs and higher lows, it still looks good for it to continue moving bullish with the NY Open volume. Wow, gold tapped that area and straight retracement. Damn.
Mm-hmm.
44 pips just like that. Yeah, if you look at gold now on the daily, we're at a very interesting point. I was trying to look at sells on gold, hoping that this daily candle would flip now, because there was the massive push up to grab liquidity to then continue to drive down to probably 1900. So the way that it's set up now, this is probably a pretty good target. If this, what I'm looking for is I want this to now flip bullish, or sorry, bearish. And once that flips bearish, I'll take sells down to this area here, because now this wick here, you'll basically have grabbed enough liquidity here to drive us down into this zone back here, which I don't know how we'll react. But if you look at, say, this example over here, we dipped all the way down, came into here, rejected, and then drove all the way back up. So we could drive all the way back down here to then go all the way back up. So that's sort of the idea I'm looking at, is I want to see this candle flip bearish first before I take a sell on gold. Because otherwise you could have just this candle finish bullish like it is right now, and then the next candle just start to drive up at that point. And then this essentially becomes a new support, where this was a support here, and we have structure like this stepping up and back up to this area here. So I don't trust this candle, to be honest, until it actually until it flips. There's no real structure here for gold trades. Oh, I want to see either a clear rejection to the downside, or I want to see this hold and then tomorrow's candle continue bullish on Friday. And US 30 is running pretty good in terms of a sell. Rationale behind that is there's a lot of inconsistency now coming out with the federal government. I also think that the election discussion last night, the Democrat convention, is having a little bit of a weight onto US 30. The other thing is too, yesterday we had daily structure. We failed to break above 27,900. So now we should be dropping down to, I would say, probably 27,380 at this point if we continue this trend. We had massive rejections at 25 or 27,600. That should continue to drive us down. So I think, right over here could be a good first target. If this continues to move. So if you're already in the trade, you should have a nice, easy win. So
Yeah,
US 30, first stop is right here. because you're coming into this zone here, going to the left, and then we're going to come into this zone here. So watch how it reacts here. If it drives through here, then this part here is no problem to get to.
All right, let's take a look at this chart here. This is, oh, you're looking for buys here on the daily level on your JPY. Yeah, I think you'll need to see this support hold on your JPY on the 4-hour. Well, the 4 hour is bearish, and if we break below this support, then I think price will continue moving down. So I think you'll have 1 hour break above this area to continue moving up. Because right now it's just consolidating over here. Is GJ done? GJ on crack? Yes. I mean, that's why I exited the trade, and it's just like, you know, it is what it is.
It's Thursday for GJ.
Does Ted have a YouTube channel? Yes, it's called Ted's Don't Lie.
Ted's Don't Lie. Plural.
What's this? Exhaust that resistance, waiting for price to do its deep retest, grab orders and form support above 122. GJ push face. Yeah, I think as long as you stay above 139, you know, 100, it's a very good opportunity to continue up towards 139, 300. Even though it's going to take a little bit of a time, and I wasn't going to give it that time because, you know, that's not the way how I trade. But if you do close below 139, 100, then this move up is going to be a fake out. But so far, it does seem that we're going to continue moving bullish because we're creating these higher lows. Just need to make more higher highs and go to our target. Why not overtrade if strategy is the same? Well, a risky preneur, that's the reason you are here, to see how successful traders trade. Because overtrading is not the idea. Why not overtrade if the strategy is the same? No, that's not the right way to trade. Actually, you know what? I'm going to sit down over here.
It's like they don't understand. The more that you're in the markets, the more risk you take on. So imagine. Go ahead.
But his name is Riskypreneur. He's a risky entrepreneur. Yeah, just go with it.
You know what I think? I also have done some overtrading and got the loss. What I understood by the time is when you are going to do 1 or 2 trades, you take all the measures and precautions and see what's going on. Where are the high time frames? Where are the low time frames? Where you should take the entries. But by the time when you are sitting on the computer for the long time, taking too many trades, you start overlooking something and you don't take those precautions.
Look for buys, Raja.
That's my experience.
Raja.
We should definitely talk to Risky Ricky.
EJ. Look for buys. GJ.
Alright, I'm just going to mute people over here. There are a bunch of people talking at the same time.
Kerwin.
You said that you used to trade London session and end up not consistent and lost. How would you explain your losses? Yeah, it was in the middle of the night. In the middle of the night, things don't go well. I think Kervin was looking for buys over here in GJ. Kervin isn't.
EJ.
Oh, EJ.
Yeah.
Where?
No, GJ. No, GJ, buddy. I'm looking for buys over 139.20. It's about to explode. I'm expecting this 15-minute candle to close above 139.200. If that doesn't happen, then I'm gonna still waiting for this 30-minute candle to close.
Yeah.
But yeah, structure is there. I will look for buys.
I mean, it grabbed a lot of liquidity, to be honest, before 8, and it's just stuck there. So I think it's gonna range for a little bit more. So sir.
3 minutes left. Let's see.
So you depending on this 50 minutes to see how it
Yes.
goes. Okay.
Yes.
If it closes above the high of the previous one, which it looks like it's about to, then you should be Gucci.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Makes sense. Then TP would be like around 400.
300 should be the first one, the first 10 pips, and then yeah, 450.
450.
Yes, sir.
All right, all right.
If that,
Yeah, it looks like it's gonna pop.
because
Good
basically I want to see some sort of candle closing like this,
Yeah, it is.
and the next one should break above from there.
And you still have that other wick that should get retested. That one right there.
So this could be, so this could be like a break and retest on the 1 hour.
Yes, sir.
We
Yeah.
broke
That's the
up.
idea.
Came over here. I mean, if this candle closes bearish on the 30 minute, then it can form a support, and then we can continue moving up. Like NYC open or London close. But if we break above these highs over here, then we're coming up.
Yeah, pretty good range to the left.
What's your main source of income before trading, sales business? Yeah, it was the sales business. I used to sell airplanes.
Airplanes.
Why does the market get so much volume around 1 p.m. Eastern every day? It's like 1 p.m. Eastern was only yesterday. It was actually 2 p.m. Eastern because of the FOMC. Market doesn't always have volume at 1 p.m. Eastern. That's just some random time, man. 1 p.m. Eastern, that's afternoon time. Oh, people in the gulag, I was joking about selling airplanes. It was a joke.
Airplane to the cartels. Oh, Kerwin, look how it closed.
Yeah. It's creating a small range right there on the yellow line. It's your support so far.
Yeah. Definitely will stay away from that.
Does the U.S. unemployment move the charts 15 more minutes? Yes. Yes, sir. We got unemployment claims and they're expecting a lower number. They are expecting a lower number.
Even GJ could get a little push from that.
Why you call us gulag since we are, as your viewers, is your income source? I can call you whatever you want. What do you want me to call you? I think we can make you the gulag captain. When do you think the C word will finish? I have no idea. I think the C word is going to be here now. Mangal Ted, please call the broker to move the candle bullish fast. The candles are going to form the way it's going to form. The thing is, when you see this bearish candle forming in 15 minutes, that's the reason why you secure some positions in a loss, because that gives chances for the next 15-minute candle to go bearish too. Then you get this 15-minute candle closing bearish, right? This is the last 15-minute candle that closes bearish, and then you're going to have the 30-minute candle closing bearish. And if the 30-minute candle closing bearish, then the buyers are going to get a little bit,
Harder.
What's that?
Hard.
Harder, yeah. The buying probability is going to die down a little bit there.
It's just, it keeps grabbing liquidity. Like it looks like it wants to pop. I'm actually gonna head out, guys. So be safe, everyone. Don't overtrade.
Okay.
All right, take care, Mac. Have fun.
Okay, my
Bye bye. Airport drives. Not fun.
US 30 is dropping here. It's gonna drop down and then continue on down.
Wow.
Someone's in US 30 cells over there. Oh, Steven is in cells on US 30. Okay. Yeah, Steven said so. Yeah, I was looking at this 5-minute. I'm like, man, it's just doing a retest over here to continue dropping. Yeah. And I remember Kervin looks at the 5 minutes too on US 30.
Yeah. It's the way it moves. Any 5-minute candle on US 30 is basically a 15-minute candle on GG.
Yeah,
That's the
yeah,
way
I've
I
seen
look
that.
at it.
Yeah, I see that. Did like a retest here, and now it should continue down to this point, and then eventually down to 27,522. Right over here. Whoever is in GJ buys over here, I really hope that you have kind of like, managed your risk in GJ. Hi, Mr. Sinan.
So US 30, you're coming to the first point of contention. If you move to the hourly charts, you're coming right into a zone. So be aware, this area here. So if you've been trading US 30, I mean, you should have a good profit target at this point, but once again, just be aware of that it could whipsaw back. But I mean, I have a take profit at 27,521. So I'm hoping we should be able to hit that, but make sure you have your profits secured as well, which I've already done too. So my stop loss is at right now 27,587. So I'm happy with that.
There's only the fact that you may have a pullback toward resistance that was created around 27,658. So you may have a pullback toward there before the next drop.
Yeah, I think anybody who's in it right now, you should be managing the trade. So you should be either taking profit right now or moving your stop losses. You should not take a loss on this pair. Because it did dip pretty deep, to be honest. Yeah, I'm watching the 5-minute candle on US 30 right now. If it starts to pull up a little bit more, I'm going to close, take profits and run. I won't let it go to my take profit point. I was expecting the next 5-minute candle to continue to drop to fill that previous 5-minute candle, but it doesn't look like it's doing it. So let's see.
Yeah, if this 5-minute can manage to stay below 27,578, you should be good. But the way it's pulling back, I don't like it.
No, neither do I. The 15-minute candles now sort of rejected that bottom area. So
yeah. and it's really hard for US30 to get a decent push or pull or drop prior 930.
Right.
It tends to consolidate in a range of 50 or 100 points. Since the break from yesterday was pretty good, from like 6 days of consolidation and 300 points range, this move was really nice. But let's see. New York should continue moving US30 to the downside, to be honest.
Mm-hmm. Anybody who's asking for questions regarding gold, you can watch the replay later today because I explained my idea, and that's all I'm talking about. I'm not going to repeat myself 10 times. So the idea, you can watch the replay. It was fully mapped out, and you can then evaluate the merit of that idea. Let's see. So the 5-minute candle has really gone bullish. So if you are in this trade, you may want to exit and take your profits. That 5-minute candle's created a nice rejection. With information coming in at 8:30, you may want to have a good day with US30 and leave it. It's your choice though. If you have stop loss and profit, then you can let it run to your stop loss. But if you were worried about how much you were going to make, you should be exiting US30 right now.
People ask me what's up with GJ. The thing that's up with GJ is that the probability of buys is becoming lower and lower. But the main thing is right now it's coming down to the same area, 139,100, to create a potential support to continue moving bullish. So we need this area to respect as support to continue up.
Let's see how this 30-minute candle close on GJ. That's what I'm expecting.
Oh yeah, you got news coming in too.
And I just got taken out of US30. Stop loss hit. That's the end of my trading day.
Yeah, join the gang, Ted.
Yep.
Yeah.
How tall am I? 6'4".
More like how long are you?
That's right. It's not really relevant to trading, but okay.
Oh.
You look so simple. I don't know how you're supposed to look. Everyone looks the way they look because of how they were born by their mother and father. There's no specific look. These are such weird statements and questions. I always laugh when I see statements and questions like this because it seems like they're deflecting from the bigger picture of, well, I don't really want to take trading seriously, so I'll think of other things to talk about.
Ooh, we got a Shiloh Bad donating $20 here today. Thank you for donating to the Gulag Fund. Soon we will have enough money to bring all the Gulag into the Zoom chat.
Milo.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a mess.
It's
Can you
gonna be-
imagine 3,000 people on a Zoom call?
Holy. Yeah, that'd be crazy. Let's see if we can get that done today. How many people we got in YouTube?
Oh
right now?
my god. You
We
remember
got-
your birthday? You had your birthday?
Yeah. Yeah, alright. Let's just bring everyone in here. How do you bring people? Okay. Alright, Gulag is the first come first serve basis over here. Oh, can't even send the whole thing because too many characters. All right. Yeah, US 30 is retracing back. Gold is still in that range on the 4 hour, 1 hour still ranging on gold, even though it's breaking above, 1936 to continue moving bullish to probably fill this wick. But, oh, we got the news right now. This is the news. Something happened? Nothing. Nothing happened so far. We're just moving up. It should continue to move up. Let's take a look what the news was here.
Yo, big fan, man.
Hey, thank you.
Oh, Roger.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
Yo, Roger, I love you, man.
We got the entire gulag coming in here slowly.
Oh my god. That's great.
Roger, you're amazing.
This gulag invasion.
Fucking gulag.
Roger.
Oh wow, man, these numbers were really bad. We got 1.1 million. This means that gold should continue moving bullish here later on in the session. Yeah, had to mute the entire thing because it's about to get super wild here. Yeah, there's no buys on GJ. GJ is not showing signs of buys. It needs to create some sort of support here to continue moving up. If it doesn't form a support, then it's going to get really, I don't think it's going to be good idea to keep on the buys. Then I think it's going to continue moving down. Gold is moving just as expected here with the news as well. Should continue up to the top of the range at like 1948, 1950. These numbers are so, I mean, like when you look at the way gold is moving, you're like, yeah, it could move up to 1948, 1947, but then when you measure, this is like 40 pips, 50 pips. You just gotta be okay with gold moving like that.
Some inflation.
Yeah, summer inflation, right?
Esatto. Volete stare molto freddi. Ori Anasti?
Right. Whoever doesn't have their mics muted, I'm gonna slowly start removing you, so you can go back in the gulag.
Yo, Roger, I've been watching you since November 2017.
GJ won't go down. Yep, for sure. I know that by now.
November 2017.
Would you buy gold now or wait for some sort of retest? Well, buying gold now would be very risky. I mean, if you buy gold now, it's your just stop is just way too big, so you can't really buy gold now. You're also you're also coming into this consolidation area here to the left as well. Someone is saying GJ is going up. Trust me. When someone tells you GJ is going up, trust me, you should just run away from that person as far as you can. You know, trust me, man. Thing is dropping. No, trust me, it's gonna go up. Trust me. Trust me, man. Thing is dropping. No, trust. Stop me out, FKGJ. Well, Gabriel, I think you should just really focus on one pair. Either it's going to be either USD CAD or it's going to be GJ. Just need to focus on just one pair. Okay, thank you for the Zoom. I'm off to bed. Cheers, guy. Thank you, thank you. Take care, take care. Yeah, man, now the buys on GJ are just gone. With this 15-minute here, I mean, it's just gone. That's why I closed my trade. Like, look at this. I closed my trade at -9 pips and -4 pips, you know. So you just got to be okay with, you know, closing positions early whenever you're not comfortable, because, you know, at the end of the day, your comfort level is all what matters. You know, like your comfort level is going to give you confidence. Your comfort level is going to give you that extra push to maybe, like, you know, add a little bit more risk to a trade that you want, and, you know, stuff like that. I follow GJ because I'm used to it. Perfect. But the way it moves, it's just, there's something about it. USD CAD allows me to trade with less stress. Well, if you want to trade with less stress, then just focus on USD CAD. Then there's no reason to focus on GJ. If you like the way GJ moves, then you should just focus on GJ so you can try to fully understand it without getting distracted by USD CAD. The quality on Zoom is amazing. Thank you, thank you. All right, let's see. There's someone has a trade running on GJ. Oh, you have an entry running over here. Okay, on the daily to continue down. Interesting. Interesting. GJ is slapping the sack around today, dipping out for today. Awesome. Yeah, man, it's just playing. It's coming back below 139.100. Not a good position to be in. You had a lot of loss last week and this week as well. What's wrong with the market? I don't think I had a lot of loss last week. I had one day where I had 2 wins in a row. No, 2 losses in a row, and then there were wins after that. I mean, I closed the week in profits. I don't know where people get these magic news. 2 losing days and now I'm at break even. Weirdly, it feels good because the beginner's luck is running out and I'm feeling more like a real trader. Yes. Okay. Yes. Someone's saying Sacha is not using the hat. That's why we're losing. I think that's true. Yeah.
30. Use 30 should continue moving up to retest the previous resistance. UJ is falling, mirroring one candle on 15 minutes to the left. So, oh yeah.
All right, let's take a look at this. EJ. The only thing that's difficult about EJ is that it has this support. Oh my God. This support is the only thing on EJ that's going to stop it from dropping further. So you need to make sure it breaks the support, which is right over here at think it's slowly coming down to that area to break it. There was a news release on Forex Factory about UK sending out conflicting economic signals like 20 minutes ago. Price seems to be moving strange to me. Yeah, man, price is moving definitely strange. Definitely. This is something I don't recognize on GJ, let's put it that way. You know, now it's coming back down to the same area where it rejected yesterday. And I mean, it's just not good. Can you tell us why you traders preach diversification but mostly only chase bulls, not bears? Well, if the bias is bulls, how can we go for bears? If the bias is bears, then how can we go for bulls? Doesn't make sense, right? Does not make sense. The whales are hitting our stop losses. There's no such thing as whales hitting our stop losses. Does a wick away from a level a good sign of rejection? Do you want the wick to be on the level? Man, oh man. It's not an easy day today. Yeah, let me tell you, man. Let me tell you, it's not an easy day today. No, no, no. Not an easy day at all. When days like these happen, you just gotta stay very calm and you just gotta, like, you know, just relax. This is a hard day today in terms of analysis. And the only way you can have a good day is if you're really managing your risk. Looks like gold will continue moving bullish over here.
Black.
I lost 3.7% of my trading account today. Still very happy. Managed risk, but could have done better. Yeah, you could have managed the risk a little bit better too. G just continuing falling over here. It is what it is. No trade today. Basically, losing trades. I started funding talent 2 weeks ago and I'm down 7%. I don't know why. It's the first time in a while that I'm in a big drawdown. Before I had my $500 account, I was doing great. Any tips? Yeah, I think you don't understand the amount of lot sizes you're using on a bigger account. That's the thing with funding programs. You know, like when you pay for a bigger account, you're not mentally ready for that amount. You know, if you have a $100,000 account, you're trying to trade as like on a proprietary firm, then basically on 100,000, you're using 10 lots and 5 lots, and 5 lots are equal to your regular account size. You know, so there's a little bit of a difference over there. Yeah, man, I would say this day was a hard day. Price didn't really do what we expected it to do, came down, was waiting for it to form support, candle broke down below this area. I mean, if this is a fake out, it needs to make a small resistance and then continue moving down. But it's actually like, you know, it's actually a very hard day today. It was a hard day today. The analysis was pretty hard too. It is what it is, you know, like sometimes, you know, market is pretty easy. It's trending. You look for the highs to be made or lows to be made. You take the trade. You have a great trade, right? But sometimes, you know, some days are days where market is just going to behave in a way where you're going to be forced to, like, you know, do some extra analysis. And by extra analysis, what I mean is, like, let's say if you don't find any analysis, let's say on your JPY, right? So you're going to keep going into smaller time frames and then smaller time frames, and you're going to start to force analysis. When you find yourself forcing analysis, that's a time when you should just sit back and say, hey, listen, there's something going on here which I don't understand and I don't want to be a part of it. That's what I tell myself all the time. Like, the things happening in the market are something I want to be a part of. You know, so when GJ was above 139.100, I told myself, hey, Raja, listen, you got to be a part of this because this is going to go to 139.300. things happening in the market or someone. All right, someone unmuted, removed. Another person unmuted, removed. The only people who can unmute themselves are the captains. Captain Kervin.
God, yeah.
Captain
Thank
Kervin.
you, sir.
I'm down 2.6% again. Oh, I'm down 2.6% with a 65 pip gain. That's why I don't look okay. That's awesome. Hey, I think now I can buy the $10,000 funded account, which need only 1K profit, so I can buy it. I follow yours and mine. You can do anything you want when you got money. Wow, look at this range on EJ, man. Crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy range. Opinions on FTMO? I don't know, man. I mean, there's a video. I made a whole video on YouTube. Hey, since market is shitty today, may I ask you for some tips regarding self-control? Okay. What helped you to stay disciplined? Knowing that if I stay disciplined, meaning if I could just focus on 1 or 2 trades a day, in the long run, I can be profitable even though having losses in certain days. For example, not trading on a Monday and Friday, even though there's a very nice setup. Yeah, just don't do that. Or really stick to your 3 days, three trades a day. No, it's not 3 trades a day. It's 1 to 2 trades a day. Good during good times when market profit, I have no problem to control myself. But when I lose, things get worse. That's why you're in the gulag. I mean, you just gotta control yourself, man. Just gotta control yourself. It's really easy. You take a loss. Look, I took 2 losses, right? I took 2 losses and I'm calling it a day. I'm not gonna take another trade. I'm not gonna try to force another position or something like that. No, I mean, if I take wins, I call it a day. If I take losses, I call it a day. It's pretty simple. I don't get sad. I don't get annoyed. I'm just like, yeah, it is what it is, We made money yesterday. We made no money today. Probably going to make money tomorrow. Oh, tomorrow's Friday. We're trying to get Purple Woman on for tomorrow.
I think she's traveling outside the US.
Oh.
Did you message her?
No.
Okay. Maybe Ted knows something about it.
Yeah, probably traveling.
Yeah, she told me she was traveling tomorrow, around I think 10 a.m. So I don't know.
Probably next week.
Yeah, maybe next week.
Okay, what's this? Chirag Patel. How does it make sense to only stick to 1 or 2 trades if there's valid setups according to your strategy? Can't be subjective. Well, this is the reason people are not profitable, only because of thinking like this, that when you should be focusing on more than 1 or 2 trades because there are setups all the time. This is why you are not profitable, man. Trust me on that. That's why you are where you are. Because you want to take all the trades, you want to take all the setups, and when you try to take all the setups, the market is going to take all the money from you, and you're going to have a very bad day. Can you take a look at this UJ chart? Do you think my TP2 is a stretch? Yeah, I think it's a pretty big stretch over there on TP2. I don't think if Kervin agrees with me or not, but I think that's a stretch. TP2 on UJ all the way down there. God damn.
No, it's gonna take a couple weeks. Nah,
Yeah.
maybe there's like what 50 pips to the trend line. 40 here around. Yeah, around 50 pips. Yeah, it may take 2 days to get there. Makes sense, to be honest.
Yep,
Yeah,
makes sense.
The problem is that the take profit is too much.
Yeah, it's way too much.
Because then drop, consolidate, then you have Asian session pullbacks, then London drop. It's gonna take a couple days to get there.
Ooh, gold retracement. Damn, man. 82 pip retracement. Can you?
No, man. Can you imagine?
Crazy. Crazy.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
Made 8% on my account this week. Best I've done in a couple of months, normally around 5% a week. Had a great start of the week and lowered my risk from 2 to 0.5%. Amazing. Beautiful. Just call it a week. Call it a week. It's Friday tomorrow. I think it's going to be good to call it a week. GJ scammed us really hard today. Yeah, man. GJ scammed the people who are holding buys right now. You know what I smell? I smell French toast being made. I smell French toast being made downstairs.
For real.
Yeah. I'm gonna order mine.
Someone's looking at getting kicked out of the Zoom chat.
Yeah.
Around here.
We got some children drawing.
Man, I don't know about these trades, but I'm about to get French toast here soon.
Those are good, man.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty good.
Hey Ted. Teddy. Okay. Raja. There's a comment on the Zoom chat from Kevin. It says that he wanted to express it to you and Ted that he really appreciates your work from every day and the trading nuggets that you guys are giving away and the way you're explaining everything. It's really easy to understand.
Oh, thank you, man. Thank you, Kevin. I really appreciate it. Kevin, you just made my day here just by that comment, you know, like and I really appreciate it, you know, all the love you guys show us, you show Kervin. I know we got a bunch of Kervin fans in here too. Some people really like his accent. We got Ted fans, we got Mac fans. I think this community now this community cannot be stopped, you know, like we're like way far ahead in this journey now. And I think if we stop one day, then people are gonna like, you know, sit around like Kervin's house and my house. Yo, where are the live streams, man? Come on, bring the live streams back on.
Yeah, honestly, especially ever since the 3-day boot camp, I had so much confidence in my trading now. Like my analysis, I really believed in myself. Like I don't know, like it's crazy.
Yo, Kervin, you remember him? You remember Curtis?
Yes.
Oh, you remember the voice?
Yeah.
Oh, let me show my face.
Yeah,
I'm
there you
driving
go.
right now.
Yeah, I remember this guy. Yeah.
I watched the stream. Like it's like the news, bro.
Yeah, this guy is the ganja guy. Every time he was in the class, man, I was like, man, this guy's stoned as hell. I don't know what he could. But he would know things all the time, and I was like, God damn, he's got a functional stoner.
Yeah, I had to just, let everybody else answer. I didn't want to, take over the class.
Yeah, it's awesome.
But thanks though. Thanks for everything what you guys do for the community, bro. Like seriously.
Yo, where you headed right now?
I'm on break right now. I'm going back to work.
Ooh.
I work in dialysis right now.
Oh, dialysis.
So yeah.
Oh man, we got a lot of people here in the gulag. Everyone's got their cams on. We got Burner over there too.
Yeah, I see my
We got,
brother.
damn. We need a gulag
Cheers,
anthem.
brother.
Yeah,
Roger,
Jesus.
have my babies.
I'm physically not able to do that.
Nah, man.
Biologically incapable of such activities. I don't have the facilities, my friend. Don't have the facilities for fertilities. Can't happen. All right, man. I'm gonna call it a day. It's a Thursday here, and I took 2 losses. I'm gonna take these home, and I'm just gonna call it a day here. I'm gonna have some French toast. They're about to be made here.
Hello?
Hello?
Enjoy, my brother.
Roger?
Hey.
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, what's up, man?
Finally made out the gulag.
You finally made it to civilization.
Yeah, man. I just wanted to say, like, thank you for all the streams and stuff. Like, yeah, like it's really been helping me a lot.
Oh yeah, man. Appreciate it. Hey, is this Kevin FX? We had FX Gunnar. FX Gunnar there. He looks like Ken FX. Yo, check that.
What?
Yo, yeah, man. You look like Ken FX without the tattoos, man. All right.
My dog Roger.
You guys are pretty amazing.
Nah, man. We're just regular people, man. We're regular people. Just doing regular things. Ooh, we got Diz there showing his biceps.
All right, Roger. I'm gonna call it a day. Thank you for today.
Yeah, man. No problem. I'm gonna call it a day here too. Everyone, take care.
Cheers, Roger.
God
Yeah.
bless.
Roger.
Yeah, we'll see you guys.
Thanks a lot, Roger. Let's go.
Love you less, bro.
Love you.
Let's go. Shukriya.
Let's go.
Shukriya. Take care.
Shukriya.
Hugs in the shower tonight.
Hugs in the showers. No.
God damn.
That's not a good time, man.
Thank you.
Take care.
It's pretty cold in here, man.
Thank you.
Much love from Kenya.
Kenya. Let's go, Kenya.
Kenya.
It's still hot.
India.
I love love.
Yeah.
Oh, the gulag is going nuts. Gotta